For today's episode of Florida Roadside Attractions and Abandoned Places, we begin alongside US Highway 98. And it starts with an abandoned car wash. A gigantic sign with this fellow waving the checkered flag right before the property alongside Highway 98 right here in South Lakeland. If we go through the trees right here, you can see what's going on. Look at this, the vacuum, the station, a couple of them leading up to the abandoned performance car wash. 1, 2, 3, 4 washing bays and an automatic car washing bay. Look, the sprayer's still in here. The tracks, everything. Pretty neat. It's the dryers, the blowers, all the mechanisms still here. And there's the pay box. The keypad's still here, just hanging by a thread. Look at that, buttons. Also, here are the prices. It must have been closed a long time ago. This is pretty cheap for a car wash. Ultimate's only $6. And also, look at this, a vending machine for stuff to wash your car with. And all of the signs in the bay, the bill changers, still here. The nozzle's gone, but the hoses still intact. Got the signs, turtle wax, triple foam, triple color cleaning power for your car. All 4 bays look exactly the same. Wonder how long ago this was open. Someone dumped a sofa. Look at that. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's the leg for the sofa. It looked like a tiki mug or something. I was like, oh, little treasure. On the vacuum here, check out this car. It looks almost like a Lamborghini. Very 80s vintage graphics. That's perhaps when this car wash opened, back in the 80s. Look at that, no loud music. That's a cool sticker. Look at this. Hello, James Bond. I think this is the shampooer nozzle, right? It's a little broken, but I think that's where the shampoo would come out to go into your floor mats. Fresh and vac. Oh, look, there you go. There's the scents. New car, pina colada, and strawberry sunrise. Black and white tile there. All below each vacuum station. Carpet, shampoo, and vacuum. These are the floor mat holders. And on the front wall, another vending machine and bill changer. Tokens. Wonder if there's anything still left in here. Look at this. I could open this up if I wanted to. Any change left? No. Someone's busted it open for the change. Looks like everything was $1 in here. I'll buy that for $1. Security! Don't have to worry about security. It looks like the surveillance camera has been well busted. Check it out, just hanging there. A nice way to begin with an abandoned car wash. Welcome back to Florida Roadside Attractions and Abandoned Places, a series I began back in 2020 during those harsh times, back during the shutdown. Simply got in my car, fired up my camera, and just showed what I saw along the way, and that's how it all began. I really appreciate you guys joining me here once again for this series. We're heading south of here, south of Lakeland, out into the Orange Grove country. And today we're heading to a little town out in the middle of Orange Grove country called Aturas. Just so happened to pass by this old packing house with the same name, Aturas Packing Company. As you can see, it's seen better days. I think it said since 1912. High fence here, barbed wire. It looks like it's electric fence. This property has seen a lot better days. Ivy growing up the walls back there. A lot of broken glass right here. Some old steps. Looks like on that side of the building, it might be still utilized. Looks like it's a business. There you go, just a look at this. The name Aturas caught my eye because that's where we're heading. Aturas, Florida. Cutting through several orange groves already, although I don't think it's blooming season. No orange on the trees. Got it to the right and to the left. When I was looking up where I was going to today, I noticed that a lot of the roads that I will come across and drive down today are not on Google Street View. The little Google car has never been down them, especially all of the dirt roads. And look at this giant greenhouse. This canopy must be a mile long. It just keeps going. Look at that. I'm sure it goes back quite a ways as well. Looks like they're growing oranges inside of there. I stopped at the corner of Walker Lake and Altabab Cutoff Road just to show you. Look way down there. I'm gonna put it into frame. That's the way I just came. This is a gigantic greenhouse. It really is just a canopy, but it's technically, you could call it a greenhouse. This is freaking huge. It goes, I'd say, wow, quarter of a mile down that way, and maybe 3/4 that way. It just keeps going. It's amazing. It looks like there's orange trees in there. Zoomed in so you can just see what's going on in there. It probably keeps the bugs and the pests out. Also, this is a pretty cool crossroads. There's lakes to my left, and to my right, there's a lake down there. Walker and Altabab. And I came down to check out the scenery. Look at this lake. Nice little bend here along the lake. Giant cattails. Beautiful. I'm sure there's several gators out there. We're gonna see quite a bit of lakes today. We're near Lake Wales and Bartow. We're kind of in between. Aturas Road. I stopped along here to admire the scenery. Nice Buena Vista. Look at that. Grassy hill, lake at the bottom, several oak trees. I could be anywhere right now. Kind of reminds me of Texas out here. And way out on the horizon, I made it out. We are so close to Lake Wales. There is Bach Tower. Do you see it sticking up way out there on the horizon? Shout out to my fiance. That's where I asked her to be my bride. Cattle pasture on the other side of the road, beyond my car and the barbed wire fence. You can see cows way out there on the horizon. You can barely make them out. Those clouds look awesome, don't they? Blue skies, clouds, and a little wind. It feels absolutely great up here. There's a breeze. Tree picked up. Palms blowing. So quiet. Oh wow, it's so quiet out here. And as I'm furthering down Aturas Road, along the way, outside of this orange grove, I found this old water tower. Little rust bucket, or a big rust bucket. Looks like someone, you can make it out in the shadows there, someone scratched a giant heart right there. Do you see it? I believe it says Corey loves Caitlin. Corey loves Caitlin. Look at that. Forever. Corey loves Caitlin. Forever. I hope Corey and Caitlin are still kicking it. Very old water pump station right here before this old orange grove. Really cool. Who knows how old this tower is? Could be 50, 60 years old. Other than a few cars going by, I am completely shocked how quiet it is out here on the west side of Aturas. This might be one of the quietest places in Florida I have been to. Don't get this quiet in Tampa, that's for sure. Sure doesn't. And these 4 sandhill cranes welcome us to Aturas. How y'all doing? Very quiet town you got here. And we begin in downtown Aturas, right here in front of their post office. This is perhaps one of the most off-beaten path Florida towns we visited yet here on this series. Not much going on. And some would say we're out in the middle of nowhere. Look at this, no traffic. The corner of Oak and 3rd. Let's see what this little town has to offer. Just letting the camera roll. It's pretty quiet. It appears that the main intersection of this town is right over here. Not too far, Central Avenue and 3rd. And here I am right in the center of town. 3rd and Central. There's a building here, Kinder College, Enrichment Center, Frontier Building, Telephone Building. Then over there, looks like an old packing house, and another old packing house down the street. Not much going on here. Oh, there's a car. Better get out of the way. And came a little ways down, you've got 3rd and Central over there. Looks like an old warehouse or a packing house. Looks like someone's still using it. Very cool color there, just fading away. Got a tank there, got several compressors. Looks like an old loading dock. And back there, I think, is where the old railroad tracks ran right through Aturas. Old railroad town, but tracks are long gone. Just a ton of old car parts laying on the loading dock there behind that trailer. Looks like old drums, wheel drums, calipers, you name it, all rusted out, just sitting there. To the right of the Aturas Methodist Church, classic looking building, we've discovered a couple of those little free libraries. 2 sitting right next to each other, right there where the sidewalk ends. Take a book, leave a book free. I always love checking these out and seeing what's inside. Take a quick glimpse here. Looks like a lot of novels. Got some Robin Carr in there, and in the red one, several children's books. Anno's Journey. Huh. That looks fun. Aturas Women's Club. Historic building in great shape. Check this out. Looks like you can lease this building. Rent it. Really like the shape of it. Great that it's in great shape. Always cool to see that. Aturas right there. It's got 2 giant screened in porches on both sides. There's one right in there. In the center, it appears to be just a bunch of tables inside. Looks like you can rent it. You can rent the women's club. I don't think Alfalfa and Spanky would be renting this place though. Little rascals. Just peeking in the glass. Looks like the kitchen right here. I found the kitchen. It's a nice little event center. And out here on the corner of the road at Magnolia and Oak, there is a sign that says, rent the clubhouse. Birthday party, shower, wedding, whatever you want. The place can be yours. Man, did I mention it's quiet out here? A little too quiet. And on the northeast side of town, check this out, just sitting by the road, abandoned tractor. I'd say that's a Ford. It's an old Grove tractor. It's the 2nd time we've encountered an abandoned tractor on the side of the road here on this series. Still got the gear shifter there, the steering wheel, some of the gauges are intact. I don't think it's gonna run anytime soon though. Look at this. Old Grove tractor. Sitting by the road right here in Aturas. Looks like this used to be a building, maybe a loading dock. There is a place over there. Doesn't look like it's a home or anything. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, that looks like an old Ford to me. As I'm looking at that tractor across the road, look, it's a horse grazing the pasture. Beautiful pony, look at that. How's the grass taste, my friend? Does it taste good? Looks good. Looks refreshing. Beautiful, look at that. So this is the building that the tractor is parked behind, also the horse out back. Looks like it used to be almost like an old little school or an office building. I think it's a residential home now, but yeah, the tractor sat right behind this building. Kind of odd, isn't it? I think that's a house. Oh, there's some ventilation there, some propane tanks. Maybe it used to be a restaurant. And all locked up and very secure, Aturas Elementary School. Very mid-century modern architecture building there. And this is the only school in town. School's out for the summer. A very small unloading zone right here on the west side of the school. You could just park a couple of cars. Yeah, looks like that's the picnic area of the school. And just off of Central, 3rd and Packing House Road, look at this. It's an old packing house. Sitting vacant. Almost looks like an old general store, but I believe that's an old packing house. This is where I think the railroad tracks used to run through too. Right through here. Back when they had a railroad. Right along the old packing house, that would make sense. Just gonna let the camera roll as we're walking up. Old wooden doors. Got a single and then a double set. Right down here. Wonder how many people have walked through those doors to do business. Looks like it's open up there. One of the siding slats, the boards popped off. I'm thinking at one time this was a filling station. Look at these old pipes here. Looks like an old fuel island. Look at this. There was something here too, but there's another one right there. Might be some old fuel tanks below us. Oh, 3 pipes. Could have been 3 pumps here. And attached, this little house, this little brick house. Someone might still live here, but I'm sure this was the owner of the packing house at some point. Look at that. Yeah, I'm thinking the old railroad tracks ran right alongside this building here. If I had to guess, that other warehouse, packing house we just saw over on Central is right there. So that would make sense if they came right through here. And way out beyond where I parked my car over there on Central appears to be the only store in the entire town with that red, yellow, and green roof. Lee's Country Store. The only place to get some goods and a beverage. I'm a little thirsty. Here we are again at Central and 3rd. Gonna make a left. It's only a 2-way stop. I could have went straight without stopping. But right over here, Lee's Country Store. We're gonna pull right in. Looks like the sign has been taken out. That may have been due to a hurricane or something. Like the sign here. Lee's Country Store. Look at that. I took a photo while I was inside this convenience store. Check out the vintage coolers. Those wooden knobs. It looks amazing in there. I just went back in time. Also, I got a few pickups. Chugged a bottle of water, got some combos. Also went back to the age of my youth. Candy cigarettes. They used to have cigarette printed on these boxes. They took the word cigarette off, but they will always be candy cigarettes. Also some Laffy Taffy, a little grape, and I needed some energy. I grabbed a Celsius here. It's not quite soda and it's not quite an energy drink. It's a healthier alternative when I'm feeling a little weak. I've been up the last couple nights pretty late. I grabbed one of these after my coffee. It's pretty tasty. And look, next to that very small trash dumpster called Trash Taxi, there's a couple of kittens, stray cats. Getting some food over there, I think. Oh, there's another one coming in to the right. Just had to document that. It's adorable. And we're still exploring Aturas. There's a couple more things I want to see before I leave town. And now on 2nd Street, looks like another abandoned warehouse. Old 18-wheel trailer there to the right. The door's wide open. Those look like they might be blueberries, although I don't see any berries. I think that's what those are. Will you look at that? Misty Organics Blueberry Farm. It smells so good out here. It does smell like blueberries. Oh wow. The breeze is coming this way. Man, that smells amazing. This is on the outskirts of town, right here in Aturas. Got blueberries and oranges. Wow, that fragrance is, I don't want to leave. And we're right across from that packing house, just to put things into perspective. Small little town, Central, right over there. Right beyond the trees. Wow, smells like blueberries. Now I want a blueberry muffin or something, right? I pulled open Google Maps to show you an aerial of Aturas. As you can see, we're right down there. We're surrounded by lakes. The whole town is surrounded by lakes. And I made a discovery here. The name of this lake right here, check this out. I gotta zoom in to show you the name. Crystal Lake. What? I have found Crystal Lake, Florida, folks. Wonder if Jason Voorhees is walking around out here somewhere. Maybe we can take a look at this lake. Wonder if there's a camp around it too. It'd be pretty funny if there was an actual camp around this lake. Let's go take a look, see what it looks like. Okay, so I've driven all the way around this lake, and this looks like The closest we're gonna get. Welcome to Crystal Lake, Florida. Right down there at the bottom of the hill. It's not very big at all. And I definitely don't see a camp out here. Or Jason. I do see some cattle at the bottom of the hill. Way down there. Kill, 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 kill. Ma, 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 ma. Kill, 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 kill. Ma, ma, ma. Fun fact, the other night, I was acting in the filming of a Halloween and Friday the 13th fan film, and I got to say hello to Jason. Halloween Death Walks Among Us Part 2, yeah. My on-screen debut, coming out in October, yeah. Did a nice little bit the other night down in Wimauma, Florida. At Camp Crystal Lake. Not this one. There's no camp here. Crystal Lake, Florida. Very beautiful. I wonder just how many crystal lakes there are in America. I'm sure there's hundreds. All right, everyone, heading out of Aturas. There's still much ahead, though. Does this make me look cool? You know you used to do that when you were a kid. You know you did. Yep. Oh yeah. Mmm, tasty. And we began heading northeast along Lake Wales Road towards Lake Wales. I stopped here because amongst this railroad track, these set of railroad tracks, is a lumber yard. There's several train cars, and also it looks like there's a tiger cat there for loading lumber or telephone poles into train cars. There is a lot of stuff you're about to see right here. Holy cow, look at this. If you've ever seen railroad cars like this with telephone poles on them in mid-Florida, maybe they were loaded right here. It's a giant yard over here. Holy cow. All the way down. Telephone poles. I think these used to be pine trees. They're pretty big once you get closer to them. Oh, they're gigantic. Imagine that falling and all these like rolling out into the road. Check this out. Across the way too. Whole yard of them. I was reading on the map, this is the Midland, Florida Railroad. I don't know if that's the company that's supplying the telephone poles, but that's what it says on the map. Parked over there. Out beyond my car, there's a lot of cattle. But yeah, I had to stop and take a look at this. Just south of Lake Wales, south of Highway 60. Got the railroad cars and the telephone poles. Neat. Plane flying over us. Wow, flying pretty low too. Taking a turn. Must be an airport right over there. Here's the other side of the road. A hefty lumber yard. Also another heavy piece of machinery right there. It's got the claw. It's a claw device. Picks up the logs, like right like this, and then it loads them right there on the train car. Those logs are big, big Florida pines. I think they're pine trees. I think so. Whole yard this way, and all the way down there. You can see some of the semi trucks being loaded as well at the end. Doesn't look like anyone's working out here today though. It is Sunday. Very neat. I was looking at the map. This looks like a little town. There's several streets here, but there is no indication whether or not this is a town or not. It does say West Lake Wales Road, so maybe this is Old West Lake Wales. I'm interested. I'm gonna explore these streets, see what we can find. Gotta get back to the car though. Back there. And nothing really going on here in this no-name town. I did find this cool sign. Old Ice House Road. Looks like if you were to go over those railroad tracks, which if you notice there's two signs here that say SBDRR property, no trespassing. So We're not gonna go over there, but I wonder if there's an old ice house, or maybe used to be. Old ice factory. Could be. And some very old houses down these few streets. I'd say there's probably 30 houses and 3 streets. A nice little area. If you're looking and following along on the map, you can zoom in just west of Lake Wells, actually southwest. There's a little town near the railroad tracks. No name on the map. I'm trying to figure out if there's like a sign here. Maybe a clue that'll tell us what this little town's called. And on the outskirts of this small little town, there is a park, and I believe we are in West Lake Wales. Sign says it all. 5 to 10 p.m. West Lake Wales Park. Well, there you go. 2 small towns today, Aturas and West Lake Wales. One smaller than the other. And I figured this little park in West Lake Wales would be a good spot to end it. Beautiful. And thank you all for watching Florida Roadside Attractions and Abandoned Places. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I look forward to seeing you next time. If it was your first time here, feel free to subscribe below and come on back. If you ring that bell, you'll receive notification of the next episode. Really appreciate that. Always love having you guys here, and thank you for sticking to the end. I am Tampa J, and there's always much ahead. I'll see you next time. See you in the next episode. Got so much in store, so much planned for this series, so stay tuned, guys. And again, thanks for watching. Know you're awesome, know you're loved, and no matter who you are and what you're going through, always know there's much ahead for you, my friend. Not just here in this video, but out there in life. I believe that in my heart. Cool town. A lot of roosters crowing behind me as I'm ending it here. This pavilion. Very peaceful. I can see Highway 60 way out there. The car is moving up and down the road. Cool. And roosters behind me. Do you hear those? It's really cool. Alright guys. See you next time. Be there. If you want to. I hope to see you there. Bye-bye.